Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones.
Greetings and salutations, sports fans. It's Todd Edwards coming to you live tonight from Papermaker Stadium in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. We welcome you to another broadcast.
Absolutely. It's another great game here tonight. We have Dallastown versus Spring Grove. Both teams come in sporting a 3-5 record. It's a nail biter right now here tonight. Both these teams need a win.
Both of them do, and interestingly enough, at 3-5, they still have an opportunity.
They do.
To qualify for that number 8 spot in District 3 playoffs. And of course, both of these teams have to win out. There's 2 games in the remaining part of their schedule. And of course, after tonight, 1 game, Dallastown and Redline, the backyard brawl next week. And yes, there is a possibility. And we talk about some of the players to keep an eye on. I mean, there's a few players to keep an eye on. Starting with the quarterback for Dallastown, Cody Kistner. And so a few wide receivers with a lot of speed. Jalen Cook, Michael Scott. Also keep an eye on running backs Christopher Cromartie and Shamar Smith for Dallastown. And, of course, Dallastown will be in their road white jerseys.
And look like the rain just subsided somewhat. It's not a pouring down rain situation out here so far. So hopefully you have a clear night and some good football. Can't wait to get this game started.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And we're kind of out in the elements. Just to remind the fans, we are opposite the press box here at Papermaker Stadium. But our nice own personal space. There's plenty of elbow room here, too. For
Absolutely.
Us to stretch out here during the course of the game. Also want to remind the fans to the left of our broadcast booth, the Dallastown Marching Band. So we may at times get drowned out during our broadcast here by the Dallastown Marching Band, but
and don't forget, it's homecoming night for Spring Grove. So they did announce the homecoming king and queen.
And for fans that want a little bit of a teaser, they can follow me on my Facebook and Instagram page. I did post that, and I had the opportunity to be down on the field pre-game.
And just give a little tidbits about the Wildcats. They come in scoring in the last 5 games, 27 points per game. We're giving up 13 points per game. They have, of course, junior Michael Scott, wide receiver and defensive back, Division I athlete with offers from West Virginia University, Maryland, and a few others. He has over 800 yards of total offense, 10 touchdowns. He's your do-it-all caliber type of player, has 4 interceptions on the year, and a very dangerous kick return as well, runs a 4.4.
And as Michael messaged me earlier this week, over 1,000 yards in total offense and 8 touchdowns. He wanted me to convey that to the audience tonight, and I just did that. And all the best to Michael Scott tonight. As you mentioned, a junior, 61 offers already on the table. But opposite the Dallastown team, Spring Grove has a player by the name of Michael Hershey, a commit to University of Maryland. We'll talk a little bit about him as the game progresses.
We'll be hearing a lot about Michael Hershey, absolutely.
A lovely rendition of our national anthem, I believe played by the Spring Grove Choir along with a band here tonight. And what a treat to get things kicked off here at Papermaker Stadium. And in 7 years of broadcasting, this is the first time we've been here at Papermaker Stadium for a football broadcast.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful stadium. Stadium is sit here right here in the heart of Spring Grove. Nice community, big atmosphere. It should be a really good game here tonight. Spring Grove is playing on their home turf, and they got to come away with a victory.
And you mentioned their home turf and the atmosphere. Walking in, there were people tailgating out there. They had the pop-up tents and offering me free hot dogs. And as
they're hooking you up, man.
Yeah, they were trying. But, great atmosphere here. And as you mentioned, the homecoming announcement pre-game. And we are moments away from kickoff. Spring Grove will be in their blue jerseys with white numbers.
Want to give a big, quick shout-out to our guy, Carter Scappa. He helped us coming into this game with a couple stats, going into the Dallastown Spring Grove game. So big shout-out to Carter. He's also a sports media major over at York College, so he's a homegrown student athlete, so big shout out to Carter. Also played for York Catholic, so we appreciate everything he brings to the table. We worked with him this year, did a little bit of a collaboration this week with this Dallastown versus Spring Grove matchup.
And if fans want to see that, they can follow us on our Facebook page. You had posted that earlier today.
There's a lot of dangerous players for Dallastown. You also have Jalen Cook, you have junior Jack Mahoney, and also sophomore quarterback Cody Kistner. And you can't forget about Brandon Bear, Evan Reiner, Christopher Kermati, and also Shamar Smith.
Yeah, and interesting to know, in last week's game, Dallastown, a big win over Dover, 2 100-yard receivers and 2 100-yard rushers last week. And this has a potential of being a very explosive matchup offensively. And it may come down to a defensive play or a special teams play here.
Well, we know about Spring Grove's quarterback, Coleman Ruin. He's doing a great job leading the league this year so far in passing yardage. He can do it on the ground and in the air.
Coleman
and we're ready to set off.
On the homecoming court. He was announced pregame. And we are underway from Papermaker Stadium. High kick by Michael Scott, returnable for the Spring Grove Rockets. And out near the 30-yard line, Spring Grove will set up shop offensively. That was Zane Lawrence with the return. First down, Rockets from the 30-yard line.
I can't mention that anymore, Todd. This is such a pivotal game for both ball clubs, both coming in at 3-5 on the outside of that District 3 playoff contention.
And really, that number 8 spot in District 3 play is up for play with a lot of various teams, and maybe there's a team that slides in there with a 5-5 record.
And there's a handoff. Still on his feet.
A nice run there by number 2, Naziah Mummert. We're going to call his name a lot throughout the course of tonight's ball game. A senior, 6 foot, 187-pound running back / wide receiver. Brings up a 2nd down and 1, a nice 9-yard carry offensively.
And it's all about time of possession. I believe they want to go back to Nazi Mummert and get that first down to keep working the clock.
This offensive line's anchored by the left tackle, Michael Hershey, number 71, a Maryland commit. And Mummert with the first down yardage and a new set of downs for Spring Grove. We mentioned number 71, Michael Hershey, not just a football player, but wrestles for the Spring Grove Rocket team. And a new set of downs, as mentioned here at Papermaker Stadium. Just under 11 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. Mummert back to the running game, 45 midfield, and pushed out of bounds. And another nice run, and it seems as if Coach Tom Trone wants to set the pace here with his running game.
Absolutely. I said again, time of possession. You want to go to keep the ball on the ground, wear down the defense, and so far, that's what Spring Grove's doing against Dallastown. But it's a 4-quarter game, so Dallastown's going to adjust and see if they can plug up those holes.
Brings up a 2nd down and 4. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the opening quarter from Papermaker Stadium. Stu Jones, Todd Edwards, and you for tuning in. Thank you. Mummert right up the middle. First, just pushing the pile down near the 40-yard line of Dallastown. That was a pretty impressive run. And just not the run, but the push of the offensive line by the Spring Grove Rockets.
Well, I want to give a shout-out to Mummert as well. Was on that homecoming court, so he was one of those guys on the homecoming court. Big shout-out to him as well.
Michael Hershey was as well out there. And a new set of downs for Spring Grove.
And also, homecoming queen was Leda Campbell, the track star.
Track star, yes. A senior, a commit to LSU. Had a chance to talk to her pregame along with her father and mother. Back to the running game. Mummert down near the 35-yard line. Offensive line for Spring Grove, Christian Prow, Michael Hershey, as we mentioned, David Zapp, another player to keep an eye on, just a sophomore listed at 6'2", 227, along with Cody Burnham,
and number 77, Tucker Bosley, your starting offensive line for Spring Grove. Under 9 minutes to go. A nice opening drive for the Spring Grove Rockets here on homecoming night. Back to Mummert right up the middle.
And you would think, Todd, with the weather conditions, there's going to be a lot of running going on between both ball clubs. They're not going to probably throw the ball too much unless they have to. But if it's working for them with just rushing the ball up the middle and getting some yardage and, 3 yards in the dust, as you like to say.
Yeah, and for a lot of offensive linemen, the run blocking is much easier than the pass blocking. And, hey, it's working, as you mentioned, They're moving right down the field here to set up at the 35-yard line and a new set of downs, 1st down and 10. Spread offense now for Spring Grove, but they've been relying on the running game with Naziah Mummert. Cohen rolling back in shotgun formation. He's going to keep the ball right up the middle. Back draw down near the 25-yard line. And Roland with a quarterback keeper, a 5-yard pickup. And this is manageable. A 2nd down and 5 gives you some options
Absolutely.
To possibly run or throw the ball downfield.
And right now, Spring Grove is doing exactly what they want to do, just driving the ball down the field and getting us some good yardage and really pulling back that Dallastown defense.
And the first pass of tonight's game to number 4, Zane Lawrence, a minimal game. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Might be a bit short of the 1st down. Going to bring up a big-time 3rd down.
And that was the first passing play of this game, and now it's a 3rd and short. And again, they're in a position right now where it could be a run or pass. We have yet to see the Dallastown offense. It's been the offense of Spring Grove.
Spring Grove's doing a great job.
7 minutes to go.
Spring Grove's doing a great job just chucking the ball down the field.
Quarterback keeper by Roland. He has a 1st down and more down near the 15-yard line.
Well, we know Roland's a dual threat. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He has put up some big-time numbers so far this year, and he leads the league in passing.
Well, they call RPO-type quarterback, run-pass option, and right now it's been a time-consuming drive, opening drive here, under just over 6.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, we know Spring Grove has explosive offense. They just played against Yorkai last week. They started off 14-0. Yorkai roared back and he ended up winning the game 66-36, I believe. But we know Spring Grove does have offense. They can put it up in huge chunks.
Rolling back in shotgun formation. The give to Mummert, looking for running room on the outside, and is met by a swarm of Dallastown defenders. Second down and 8.
Spring Grove is just milking the clock.
Well, they are. It's been an effective drive so far. Now we'll see whether they can punch it in for the score. Brings up a 2nd down and 8. Ball on the 12-yard line of Dallastown. And a quarterback draw right up the middle and is met by Dallastown defenders.
A design play for the quarterback there. We know, as we said again, he can run
You
the
mentioned
ball. Roland is very nifty when he has the ball in his hand.
It's a good way of putting it, here this Friday night as you settle in, hopefully with your bottled water and popcorn. And want to remind the fans, we're going to be back on the air next Friday for a major matchup in Division I. York High travels to Central York. Tune in next Friday, a big game.
That's pretty much going to be the county championship. So that's going to be our county championship.
It'll be a big one, and we'll every year. It's an annual game for our broadcast team. Looks like movement there on the line. Offsides on Dallastown, and that is enough for a 1st down and a new set of downs, which should be about 1st down and goal now. Ball looks like it'll be set up on the 5-yard line of Dallastown as the clock continues to kick.
How about that scoreboard for the Spring Grove Rockets?
It is. We've talked about York County School of Technology scoreboard. Well, they have a nice one here at Paper Maker Stadium. And a design run and in easily. Naziah Mummert with a 5-yard touchdown run. And just like that, Naziah Mummert punches it in with 4:34 to go here in the opening quarter. As the point after attempt is forthcoming here. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And your score with 4:34 to go in the opening quarter, Spring Grove 7, Dallastown 0.
If you ask me, Todd, that's exactly the way Spring Grove wants to start.
Well,
Their first possession.
yeah.
Just kind of working the ball down the field, letting the running backs get physical, get some yardage. They just did what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Dallastown has to do a better job on their defense, but now let's see if they make any adjustments.
Well, and it's important for this Dallastown offense to come out and not go 3 and out and put their defense back out on the field. It was, their defense may need a little rest here, and we'll see. But first up, possible special teams play here with this kick return, and we know Michael Scott will be back.
Michael Scott, got Jalen Cook back there, Michael Scott, Shamar Smith. I mean, there's a lot of names back there for Dallastown. They can do a lot of things with the ball.
Christopher Cromartie is heading back there, it looks like, with Michael Scott, number 1 and number 2 for the Dallastown Wildcats.
They got some. Their special teams is pretty dangerous. Dallastown, they have some speedsters out there.
Explosiveness. And, we'll see.
How do you game plan for guys like that?
Your best bet may be to kick it away.
Absolutely.
From the aforementioned players. And
there's the
they
kick.
did just that. As that may picked up by number 23, Amir Henry. And interesting, from our vantage point, it looks like that ball would have went out of bounds.
It would have went out of bounds, yeah.
Maybe try to make a play, but.
And we also said that Dallastown wants to limit their mistakes and silly penalties and just, stay focused on the game. You got to be mentally strong, especially this late in the season. You got to start to clean up the penalties and, do things that's going to help your team. Let's see how Dallastown comes out on offense. With their quarterback, Cody Kistner, who's also a Central York transfer. He was at Central York last year.
And just a sophomore for this Dallastown Wildcat team. Earlier in the season, Matthew Stone went out with an injury, and it's been Cody Kistner now at the helm, the quarterback position. And he has some weapons. And a design running play goes nowhere.
And he got smacked right up front.
Got stuffed for no gain. May have been a loss.
And that tackle came by number 17 of Spring Grove.
Braden Harris, a player to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
Just a junior.
We mentioned him earlier.
Yes.
And you can hear the smack from up here, Todd. I mean, the pads are cracking.
Distance. Yeah, we're a little distance from the playing field here. So, yeah, it's a nice pop. As we mentioned, the band to our left, just below us, the Dallastown cheerleaders, and the student sections to the right. A Christmas theme tonight. Yes.
We might have to go check out the student section during halftime and maybe get them on camera as well.
And it looks as if there's a pink out for the Spring Grove Rocket student section.
There's a handoff.
Again, number 1, Michael Scott, looking for running room far side, steps out of bounds. Some positive running.
I always say guys like Michael Scott, you want to give him the ball on the open side of the field, not on the short side of the field. He can make a lot of different moves and make some guys miss.
He's been nicknamed Joystick, and I've had the past couple weeks of seeing him make some moves on the field that
absolutely
makes some of the defenders look foolish. And
he's a good kid too. Like I said, on and off the field, man. Big shout out to Michael Scott, the whole Dallastown Wildcat team, high caliber
led by their
guys.
second-year head coach Levi Murphy.
The youngest quarterback in the league.
Kistner going deep near side. Jalen Cook's wide open. Oh, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And that may be a catch that Jalen Cook wishes he could have back, because that was thrown right on the money by Cody Kistner. And it will bring up a 4th down. And the punting unit will come out.
I'm sorry, Todd. You're not going to see that too often from Jalen Cook. He pretty much has some sure hands.
Yes.
Right there, he dropped the ball, but that was a perfect pass from Cody Kistner, right on the money. And I don't know if the wet conditions had something to do with that catch, or
potentially, but it's.
But I like the play call. That was an aggressive play call.
Up a little bit, and they went deep. Michael Scott back to punt. for the Dallastown Wildcats. A high snap.
It's a high snap.
Flag looks like and a high punt. End over end, near midfield, caught by number 2, Naziah Mummert, who already has a 5-yard touchdown run. And now, of course, Spring Grove will set up with excellent field position.
Great field position. Great field position at the 50-yard line at home after a touchdown. I mean, the momentum right now is on the Spring Grove side.
And you hear their marching band, and as I mentioned, the pink out student section at Spring Grove. And, you know, all this high school football taking place tonight, too. Also, the YIAA Girls Volleyball County Championships started tonight at Dallastown in West York. The tournament starts with 8 teams, finishes tomorrow with 4, the semis and the finals at Dallastown. Yours truly will be out tomorrow covering the semifinal and final action. Oh, and Mummert was stuffed initially for a loss, but turned it into a positive running play into Wildcat territory. And Naziah Mummert clearly making his presence felt here early in the first quarter behind this big offensive line of Spring Grove. Under 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you live from Paper Maker Stadium in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania.
Packed house here tonight, Todd.
And a quarterback keeper. That may be enough for a first down.
Also want to encourage the fans, please go to our live chat on YouTube. You can engage with us, talk to us about the game, who you believe the player of the game should be, and also give us updates of some games around the league. I just got a one update, Southwestern 7, York High 0 so far in the first quarter. So we're looking for some more updates throughout the game. We're going to try to update fans at the end of each quarter. But if you have any updates, please check us out.
And also, if anybody's watching and tuned in, maybe they're watching some of the volleyball action, feel free to give us some of the scores from around the league and the county championships. Just over 2 minutes to go. A passing play, complete in and out of the hands.
And I'm starting to wonder if that ball has some water on it, Todd. It's a little damp out here tonight.
Yeah, Caleb Allen wishes he could have that back. Yeah, you wonder. 2 drops here in the first quarter, which would appear to be very catchable passes here. Brings up a 2nd down and 10 ball on the 39-yard line of Dallastown. Spring Grove with a 7-0 lead.
2nd and 10. And that's a run by Mummert.
Right up the middle by Naziah Mummert. Again, we're calling his name a lot, but
he is their featured back, so he's going to get the ball quite often this game. And in conditions like this, where you see some drop passes, you don't want any fumbles, you don't want any turnovers, so just get the ball in your main guy's hands and see what he can do with it. And again, Todd, I have to mention, this is a packed house here tonight.
Yeah, a nice crowd has settled in, and a nice crowd on the Dallastown side as well, including the student section. A Christmas-themed night tonight. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The Dallastown student section. 3rd down and 5. Just under a minute and a half to go here in the opening quarter. Rolling back to throw. Completes. Big stick there. Wow.
Super aggressive. By number 22 of Dallastown.
Yes, that was Dayon Brooks with a huge tackle. Laying some wood out there.
Hey, I tell you what, that was a textbook tackle. Very clean.
Yes.
Good tackle. Got to give him a lot of credit. Also for the guy that caught the ball. Didn't get a chance to get his number. But he got right back up and went right back to the huddle.
Braden Smith caught the reception. And a 4th down and 2, and Spring Grove's decided to keep their offense out in the field.
They're being aggressive.
And a quarterback keeper, and they may have come up short, too, on that play.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Dallastown's starting to cheer, and their side is getting pretty excited.
Ty Murphy's pointing to his left, saying, and they may have to pull the measurement out here. And they may need to pull the chains out, as I mentioned here. The referees are meeting near the 30-yard line with 34 seconds to go.
Very close, but from my advantage, doesn't look like a first down from my advantage, but you just don't know.
Well, they're calling for the chain gang to come out here, and we're going to find out here momentarily.
We're going to zoom in on this.
2.
Let's see how close this is.
Yeah, the ball was on the
off by like 2
inches.
inches.
Inches away.
Wow.
Dude.
And wow, potentially a momentum swing here for this Dallastown Wildcat team, who comes into tonight with a 3-5 record.
Well, great defensive stop for Dallastown. Did a great job, especially after that first possession where Spring Grove just kind of marched down the field, went right into the end zone. But Dallastown responded very well on that 4th and 2.
And their defense needed a stop, got the stop, and now this offense of Dallastown now comes out for their second series with 34 seconds to go. Led by their quarterback, Cody Kistner, the lone setback, Shamar Smith. Spread offense here for Dallastown. The give to Shamar Smith, running right up the middle near the 35-yard line. A 4-yard pickup for Shamar Smith.
Mentioned Shamar Smith earlier in the week as one of our players of the week for Dallastown. Had 190 yards and 3 touchdowns in their last contest.
Quite an impressive performance over Dover last week.
And that's the end of the first quarter with Spring Grove up 7-0 over Dallastown.
And you're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you this Friday night. We'd like to welcome Belinda Morales to the broadcast booth. She
works her full-time job.
Oh,
came right after her full-time job to come check us out.
There to here at Papermaker Stadium. And
we're a small crew, but like I said, everybody's job is very important, very vital to our success. So big shout out to everybody that's behind the scenes, as well as Cliff Kern. Big shout out to Marcel Gottwald from wherever he's at.
Pigeon Hill's own could not make it here tonight. I know he wished he could have made it, but he's here in spirit tonight at Papermaker Stadium. And we're back with the start of the second quarter. Cody Kistner back in shotgun formation. The give to well, they fake it. Oh, Michael Scott. He faked me out. Give to Shamar Smith, but it was a passing play intended for Michael Scott. Falls incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. We'll see what the offense here for Dallastown has dialed up here, Dew.
Hey, get the ball to Michael Scott. This is a guy who really thrives in these type of situations. It's a 3rd down, 3rd and 6, and he can get you that 6 yards. Let's see what they have dialed up. Cody Kistner in shotgun, rolls out.
Rolls to his right, looking
and
downfield.
It looks like a design play.
Covered.
And that's Michael Hershey.
Yeah, you see he brought Cody Kistner down. 71 is Michael Hershey. He was in on the tackle. And David Zapp.
Man, 71 and 72. David Zapp and Michael Hershey, man, that's a scary duo to go against.
And David Zapp, just a sophomore for Spring Grove, highly touted as an offensive and defensive lineman, and you can see why after that tackle. It brings out the punting unit. Michael Scott getting set to punt it off for Dallastown. Right now, Spring Grove holding the 7-0 lead here in the second quarter.
Big punt from Michael Scott.
For Michael. And it takes a Dallastown bounce out of bounds.
We got some rain gear on the equipment, so we're going to go ahead and put some of that rain gear on the equipment quickly.
Yeah, I may have to pull out some of the rain gear as well as this game progresses. Hopefully the rain will hold up here.
Still, for it to be October 20th, it's still a very nice night here tonight. It's not too cold. I think we're around 54 degrees right now in Pennsylvania. So, you know, that's that weather you get when you come to Pennsylvania. So, great football weather as well.
It's not sunny and 70 right now like it may be in San Diego, huh?
Oh, man, tell me about it. Or Florida.
Or Florida, for that matter.
Spring Grove back. Remember, with the ball, trying to find something.
And not much running room there on the first down run.
As soon as we get a timeout here, we're going to go ahead and roll to some of our sponsors that we have here tonight. You can see their contact information and their logo at the bottom of our screen. They're our season-long sponsors that have helped us out throughout multiple seasons, and including this season here. This is our 8th season doing Sports Shooting Stars, and they're very loyal. So big shout-out to our sponsors. We're going to roll their information here quite shortly.
Yeah, I'm glad you corrected. I said earlier in the broad, I think year 7, but year 8 we're at, and it's going strong. Started out just with basketball, and then delved into football and, of course, some volleyball. I think we've done some lacrosse.
Yes, we have.
Baseball games earlier in the spring this year.
Rolling in shotgun for Spring Grove. Big-time arm. Number 15 looking. Going deep.
Far side.
Wow. Almost looked like a catch.
Yeah, incomplete from our vantage point. Yeah, Jalen Cook on the coverage.
And Jalen Cook is a guy we're going to mention quite often on the defensive side and as well on the offensive side.
Zane Lawrence was the intended receiver. It brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Rockets, who started off hot with a time-consuming opening drive and a touchdown score by number 2, Nizaiah Mummert, a 5-yard touchdown run. And that's been your scoring so far with just over 10 minutes remaining here before halftime. Rolling back. It's a quarterback keeper.
Plenty of running room out near midfield. He's 45-40.
We know he's like that.
35-30. Big time run.
A big run.
Well, we know Roland can run. We already said it coming in. He's a dual threat. You can throw the ball. He can run the ball. Very tough to play. But we do see a flag on the field.
There is a flag down, and that may be coming back. And the indication
looks like
from
maybe
that
a holding.
Is, it's coming back. Holding call. And
big time run is now negated.
Yeah, no doubt about it, dude.
Unfortunately. Also want to mention my son, Ryan Brown Jr. He's also here helping us as well.
He could probably be doing a lot of other things on a Friday night. You remember that age,
absolutely.
Right? And he's here helping out Sports Shooting Stars.
He's here with us in the rain. Also, basketball player for Central York.
And that'll be coming around the corner quicker than we know.
Another pass.
Pass broken up by number 22. That's Dayon Brooks, who had that big-time tackle earlier.
Dayon Brooks, only listed, I believe, at 5'7", man, but he's playing 5'9".
145 senior, but playing a lot bigger than that tonight.
Absolutely. Playing some big-time ball.
Yeah, it brings up a 4th down now for the Rockets, and presumably they're going to punt it off to the ever-dangerous Michael Scott.
I mean, when you see that number 1 back there, you know what he can do with the ball. He's been getting Division I offers since the sophomore season, and also even had an opportunity to go visit IMG a couple years ago. So he's on a lot of people's radar. Michael Scott, number 1.
Junior.
And he's going to get a chance to return this, I believe.
Far side looks like they're going to kick it away. Well, it takes a Spring Grove bounce inside the 15-yard line.
And that's an amazing kick for number 8 from Spring Grove.
That was Holden Gobrick.
Great job.
Junior, 5'9" junior for Spring Grove. Kind of a rugby style. You're seeing more of that punting, rugby style punt by Holden Gobrick. And now Dallastown with the ball offensively, looking to the ball be set up at the 13-yard line.
I want to thank all the fans for tuning in tonight, watching the game with us at Sports Shooting Stars. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also YouTube. We're trying to expand our horizons a little bit, hit different areas.
Well, I certainly covered the Southwestern volleyball.
You
and
did.
they were very happy with that coverage.
Big-time tackle from number 71.
Well, that's Michael Hershey.
Wow.
The
University of
2024
Maryland.
University of Maryland commit, who I spoke to earlier this year. He said he's probably going to play center or guard down at my University of Maryland.
Want to give a lot of credit to Michael Hershey, too. He's also part of the National Honor Society here at Spring Grove. So he's not just a football player. He has what it takes in the classroom as well. So big shout out to Michael, man. He's a true student athlete.
And I believe he may be majoring in accounting at Maryland.
Got to double check that.
Yes,
yeah.
But,
does he play an instrument as well?
I'm not sure about that, but I know he wrestles for the Spring Grove team, and he will be wrestling this winter. So if you get the chance to come out,
there's a handoff to Michael Scott.
Michael Scott, almost like a jet sweep.
And that's another
little gain.
He got ran down by number 72. That
Zapp.
duel.
Yeah, that
Zapp.
duo. Yeah, David Zapp. 6'2", 227, just a sophomore for Spring Grove.
Hey, it's been a pretty clean game so far. No timeouts has been called so far. It's already in the second quarter.
And
this
a
is going
rather
to bring up a third down.
first half, mainly on the part of that opening drive from Spring Grove.
And the rain is starting to pick up somewhat right now. Starting to be a bit steady. Good football weather, though. Great football weather.
If you're a football fan, these are the elements.
Makes it a little tough on the quarterback, but we'll see.
Kistner under pressure.
He's threatened.
And brought down near the 15-yard line. It's not going to be enough for a first down. You're going to see the punting unit again.
This is going to be a slugfest.
3 and out.
It's going to be a slugfest.
For Dallastown. And as Michael Scott comes out to punt the ball out.
And again, this one
Isaiah Mummert is back to receive the ball along with Braden Smith at about near midfield.
Two dangerous kick returners, punt returners back there, and they're going to have the ball in great field position.
A flag thrown, and we're going to see. Looks like early indications it may be against Spring Grove, but still 4th down and 9.
If that's against Spring Grove, that's going to break up a 4th down and 5. I'm sorry, 4th down and 4.
Still does not change the game plan here for Dallastown.
Yeah.
Their special teams.
This is going to be a grudge match, absolutely. And there's a kick.
Receives a snap.
Short kick.
High punt, but short, and it looks like it's going to sail out of bounds.
About an 18-yard kick there. 20 yards at most.
And Spring Grove will set up offensively on Dallastown's about the 40-yard line with 7:12 to go. Your score, Spring Grove 7, Dallastown 0. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you. And Spring Grove's offense back out on the field here. 7:12 to go, and back to that running game.
Mummert with the ball. Takes some hits and keeps going.
Takes a licking and keeps on ticking, as they say, huh? And,
yes, he does.
Boy, he's just right up the middle. And that near the first down marker, an 8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2, and just where an offense wants to be with a 2nd down and 2 deal. Gives them many options. Playbook here, whether it's a run or pass.
Yeah, they're in the driver's seat right now, Spring Grove. Ball with great field position, already up by a touchdown.
Back to Mummert. And a flag thrown late. We'll await the word here by the officials. want to remind the fans, we'll be back on the air next Friday for our regular season finale as York High travels to Central York. And the penalty would appear to be against Spring Grove.
It's going to bring Spring Grove back 5 yards. But what we see is going to be a 2nd and 11. Spring Grove up now 7-0 in the second quarter.
With just under 6.5 minutes remaining before halftime. Mummert with the carry. Looking to get some of those penalty yards back there on that run. Brings up a 3rd down. For the Spring Grove Rockets, who, again, come in tonight with a 3-5 record, the identical record to Dallastown, a 3-5 record.
And as we said again, it's so crucial for them to come out with a victory. With both teams looking on the outside of that District 3 playoff contention, they're very close to getting in, but they have to win out pretty much for the rest of the season. Only 2 more games left in the regular season.
It's hard to believe the season's nearing the end. We've seen it with the YIAA girls volleyball, and a lot of the county championships are being played this week with soccer. Cross country finishing up. 3rd down and 7. Mummert with the run. And
he's still pushing.
Still pushing, keeping his legs churning.
And he might be about 2 to 3 yards away from that first down.
Maybe near the first down marker. We're awaiting word here from the officials. It'll be a 4th down and 1. With just over 5 minutes to go.
And we saw Spring Grove go for it before. So you almost got to expect they're going to go for it again, especially with the ball on their side of the field, on the opponent's side of the field.
We'll see what Spring Grove has dialed up. Conversely, Dallastown's defense bunched in. The play clock down to 3, and they may be trying to pull Dallastown off sides, but a timeout called by head coach Tom Trone in Spring Grove with 4:44 to go. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you.
And Todd, we're going to go ahead and roll to some of our sponsors real quick, and we'll be back shortly.
Grove's offense remains out on the field, a 4th down play, and another flag thrown, and it looks like there may be an offsides call against Dallastown. If that's the case, it'll be an automatic 1st down. Offsides against Dallastown. That will give Spring Grove the automatic 1st down. And a new set of downs for Spring Grove. Ball on the 26-yard line of Dallastown. And Spring Grove threatening here. Ball given to Mummert. What vision, looking for a hole and finds one. And a big run by Mummert. I tell you, Nazir keeps his legs running, trying to find that open space. And
as we say that, we see Nazir Mummert on the field right now. He's injured.
Yes, he is.
He's a bit gimpy right now, so we got to check that out.
Injury timeout right now as the training staff will tend to Nazir Mummert with 4:19 to go here in the second quarter. Your score, Spring Grove 7, Dallastown 0. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you.
And while he's down, we're going to go ahead and roll to a couple more commercials, and we'll be back very shortly.
Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Du Jones.
Brings up a 2nd down and 2. And congratulations to the Dallastown girls volleyball team for their 3-0 victory over York Catholic tonight in the opening round of the YIAA Girls Volleyball Championship. And a big run by Cohen Rowland. A 1st and goal now, a new set of downs.
Big time 1st down, and you see another player down.
Timeout. And some scores from around the league. Delone Catholic 7, Hanover 7, Kennerdale 7, Dover 7, Fort Hill out of Maryland 14, New Oxford 7, Red Lion all over Northeastern 21-0, Susquehannock 14, West York 6. West York still looking for their first win under head coach Ron Miller. And at Southwestern, they're up over York High 14-0. Scoreless between York Suburban and Eastern York.
And we know York High, even though they're down, they're a team that likes to play from behind. They can actually come back, and
yes,
like I said, that's their type of style of football, playing from behind.
And we have some final results in the volleyball scene. Of course, I mentioned Dallastown with a 3-0 sweep over York Catholic. Central York with an upset over York Suburban. York Suburban was undefeated, by the way, the girls. 3-1
wow.
At Dallastown. And, of course, Delone Catholic.
York Suburban was undefeated.
In counties.
Wow.
Yeah, so a bit of an upset there. And
yes,
what
sir.
A win by the Central York Lady Panthers, who advanced to the semifinals. Congratulations, Central York Panthers. And Delone Catholic and Susquehannock get underway at 7 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on all the scores from around the league.
But just let the fans know, we just featured Central York versus Dallastown on Wednesday, and that was a really good contest where Dallastown pulled it out. So Central did a great job of bouncing back and getting a big-time win and advancing in the playoffs.
Well, here's a little story. Last year, Central defeated Dallastown in the county championships. So it'll be interesting to see. The semifinals will take place tomorrow at Dallastown, and the championship game will be at Dallastown. Yours truly will be on the report
he's
sheet. In for the score.
And that's the quarterback, Rowland, with the touchdown.
Cohen Rowland with the score.
Cohen Rowland on the keeper for the Rocket. Touchdown!
A 4-yard touchdown run by Cohen Rowland. And with a point pending here, Spring Grove with a 14-0 lead over Dallastown. And Spring Grove really coming out on fire here on homecoming night. .256 to go here before halftime. As Dallastown's going to get set to receive the kickoff, down by 2 scores. We'll see what they have in them to come back and maybe mount a comeback here at Paper Maker Stadium in Spring Grove. Back to receive the kickoff, Shamar Smith. along with Christopher Cromartie. And a little bit of a pooch kick, and whoa, and I think a flag. It was a fair catch there, but Dallastown received the ball at their 45-yard line, but a penalty. Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Where the iPhone at?
Yeah, the rain started to pick up a little bit here at Paper Maker Stadium. And now with that penalty, it sets up Dallastown with probably their best field position all night, the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Dallastown has a great opportunity to put some points on the board now. Down by 2 scores. It's very important for them to try to get a score, at least a field goal or something like that before you go into halftime.
And they will receive the second half kickoff, so it would be important, I think, for Dallastown, who have all 3 timeouts, to potentially put some points on the board here before halftime as Cody Kistner's back.
Quick pass
out to Jalen Cook, caught inside the 40. Stiff arm, 35-30, down out of bounds near the 25-yard line. And Jalen Cook with his first reception in tonight's game.
What a great pickup for Jalen Cook. Had a deep ball throwing some early in the first quarter. Didn't have an opportunity to land that one, but he's doing the most of his opportunities right now.
And a big first down, and Dallastown needs this, if they want to try to stay in this game against Spring Grove before it gets out of hand here on homecoming night for Spring Grove.
And the rain is starting to pick up pretty steady. Expect a lot of run game going on. Shamar
Smith right up the middle looking for running room. Tackle Michael Hershey, number 71. You can see him out in the field, no doubt about it.
Oh, he's going to be probably the dirtiest player on, not dirty player, but one of the guys that's going to get very muddy out there on the defensive side for Spring Grove.
Kistner back in the backfield along with Shamar Smith.
There's a pass.
Complete to number 7. That's Jack Mahoney, near side. Third down, Dallastown. 3rd and 2, ball on the 19-yard line of Spring Grove is Kistner.
Kistner can't find anything. Looking deep.
Downfield overthrew his intended receiver, Nicholas White. It brings up a 4th down and 2. And it looks like Dallastown will keep their offense out in the field with 1:55 to go before halftime.
Dallastown staying aggressive on the offensive side. They do not want to go down by more than 2 touchdowns. They want to keep pushing the envelope a little bit and getting into the end zone. Only 2 yards to go. Shamar Smith with the ball. And he's close.
Forward. It is close from our vantage point. Just needed 2 yards as the clock continues to tick.
And we see Shamar down right now.
Oh, there's an injured wild. Yeah, no.
Shamar was
offensive line, and Shamar's there on his feet, number 9. But this offensive line: Robert Brandley, Warren Kabamba, Aiden Gardner, Colby Lockman, and Matthew Muniz, starting line for the Dallas.
Vote for player of the game, or at least give us an opinion who you think is having a good game so far.
That's Warren Kabamba, who's listed at 6 foot 270, just a junior, number 75, as he's on his feet and walking gingerly off the field, tended to by the training camp. Now he picks up his stride a little bit as he'll come off to the sidelines and be tended to by the training staff. A new set of downs, ball on the 16-yard line of Spring Grove. Spread offense for Dallastown.
With 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Kistner's back looking.
He's looking deep.
Deep with Cook. Just out of bounds. Pass intended for Jalen Cook. Covered by number 4, Zane Lawrence. Stops the clock with 1:32 to go before halftime. We're battling the elements out here. I want to remind the fans that are maybe inside their the cozy confines of their home tonight. We're out in it tonight here. The rain's picked up a little bit.
Absolutely. It's been a great contest so far. The rain has picked up. I thought it was going to miss us, but it's still here.
Earlier, right?
It's still here. Shamar Smith
runs right up the middle. Going to bring up a third down.
And for the Dallastown fans, that Smith last name may be familiar of Nazir Smith, his big brother, who ran for 2,000 yards for Dallastown a couple years ago. 2017, I believe he graduated.
Yes. A third down.
Wearing his brother's number 9.
Number 9.
Got to
yes.
keep it all in the family. Very nice. It's a big-time third down. 3rd and 10. Let's see if Spring Grove can hold it down and get a turnover on downs.
Kistner rolls to his right, looking.
There's nothing there.
No, everyone's.
Just kind of throws it up.
Touchdown. Jalen Cook with a 16-yard touchdown reception. And Dallastown needed it and got it.
Jalen Cook, he's cooking right now. Great catch from Jalen Cook to get Dallastown on the scoreboard before the end of the half.
No doubt about it. They needed it, got it, and Mia Wasif is on to attempt a point after attempt here with 44 seconds to go. And we mentioned it, it's very important for Dallastown to put some points on the board before halftime, and they did just that with that big touchdown catch. Wasif's point after attempt is up and good. And your score with 44 seconds to go, Spring Grove 14, Dallastown 7. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game
to you. And that's what we kind of expected in this type of game, a very close contested game. Both teams come in at 3 and 5. It's a one-score game, and we still got a lot of football to play.
Well, and Dallastown set to receive the second half kickoff. So we'll see what they can do here, stopping Spring Grove, because they've had a potent running game tonight.
And we know our guy Cliff Kern, our IT producer, some were watching from afar. We want to assure him that the camera equipment is wrapped up in plastic. It's going okay. Blenda Morales is doing a great job of keeping everything safe and dry.
Our next adventure may be a pop-up tent. You know what I mean? For our broadcast. That probably would be a bad idea going forward. Particularly if we're going to be doing more outdoor sporting events.
I think we tried that one time at York High, and the winds were just so.
Oh, you're right.
It was so crazy. It was just blowing everything all over the place. So it's a hit or miss.
Yes.
If we're not inside the press booth, it's definitely a hit or miss.
Now, Michael Scott getting set to kick it off for Dallastown.
That's a nice kick.
High kick. Returned there by Braden Smith.
Looks like Braden Smith may still be on his feet.
30-yard line with 39 seconds to go. Now, Spring Grove, 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah.
And you have to feel that they're going to keep their foot on the pedal here against this Dallastown team.
With a little less than 40 seconds to go, I believe they're going to try to do a run and maybe a pass and then, pretty much go into halftime comfortable with that 14-7 lead.
A lot of it will be predicated, I feel, on what this first down, what they can get out of the first down.
Absolutely.
Here. You don't want to do anything too foolish.
We know number 15, Roland, has a big arm and he has legs, so he can get it either way, on the ground or in the air.
And a quarterback keeper by Roland. Still on his feet. Out near the 35-yard line.
Spring Grove did not call a timeout as of yet, so
they may be content to go into halftime with a 7-point lead. The clock continues to tick. It was a 4-yard pickup.
I believe that may be the last play of the first half.
They appear to be in no hurry to get another playoff.
Also want to remind the fans, it is homecoming night for Spring Grove. as they announced their homecoming king and queen today.
Couple truly had a chance to be down on the field for it, and we've arrived at halftime here at Paper Maker Stadium. Your score, Spring Grove 14, Dallastown 7. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game
to you. I think another cool stat, Todd, that I didn't get her full name, but I believe her name is Claire Elliott. She's a football player for Spring Grove.
I saw her warming up pregame, yes. And
yes.
I'm glad you gave her a shout-out.
Absolutely. I believe her name is Claire Elliott. Great job from her. She's out there. She was on the homecoming court as well. I think she was number 17. I may be wrong. No, I may be wrong. I'm not sure.
I will look through the roster.
Definitely saw her walking. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go
Claire
to
Elliott is number 98.
98.
She's a senior, 5'3", 125-pound place kicker.
Place kicker.
Yes.
Yep. Very cool. Very cool to see her out there with the varsity football team.
Yes, it is. As both teams head back to the locker room, potentially to dry off a little bit here. And, of course, Spring Grove, as I mentioned, a 14-7 lead, courtesy of a 5-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Mummert, and then a 4-yard touchdown run by quarterback Cohen Rowland. That gives Spring Grove 14 points. Dallastown 7 points, courtesy of a Cody Kistner to Jalen Cook 16-yard touchdown reception just before halftime. And that, again, gives you the score 14-7 at halftime.
And it's been a ground and pound type of game so far, especially in these wet conditions. It's been really good football play between both ball clubs. As we mentioned earlier, both teams fighting to get into that District 3 playoff contention. So it's going to go down to the wire. This is a great game to pick. You know, early in the season, you don't know which games are going to be, exciting or, great matchups, but I think this is one of the good ones that we picked late in the season. And then next week, we also have York High versus Central York, which will be our county championship game for the YIAA.
Always a main event matchup. You know, John Madden used to say a big game feel. Well, I think that will be a big game next week featuring York High and Central York, and it always seems to come down to those two teams.
For the last 5 years.
And interestingly enough, York High, their last win against Central in 2018.
Yep.
You remember we were down at
Smalls
there. Athletic Field. They knocked out Cade Prabula.
Yes, they did.
Inserted a freshman by the name of Bo Prabula.
Yes.
And,
he got his first opportunity to play.
And it's been an amazing run for Central York. We'll see if York High can stop that momentum this year next week at Central York.
2018 game for York High, what I remember, like you said, Cade being knocked out the game, but also Dejor Stewart. He was running wild that game, man. He did so much. And the cool thing about what we do, that game is still available online. You can check that out. Those memories, they'll never go away.
Last a lifetime, as
Absolutely.
they say. Courtesy of our YouTube page. And, again, you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube, for that matter. Subscribe to Sports Shooting Stars on YouTube page, Facebook, and Instagram.
And speaking of such, last year when York High won against Central, that was only a one-score win for Central York. It has been a very close contest throughout the years, and I think this year it's going to be even closer. They're very talented-wise. They're very evenly matched, in my opinion, and I think this year it's going to be a lot of fireworks, as it always is.
It always seems to be. And circle your calendars. That game will be next Friday, Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you next Friday. We'll be making our way from here at Spring Grove down to Central York. And you're no stranger to Central York, dude.
No stranger to Central York or York High. Yes. Actually, that's my alma maters. York High played basketball for them from 8th grade to 12th grade. Had a lot of good seasons, county championships. Made a lot of good friends there as well on the football side. Football, basketball, York High, bleed orange and blue. But I do have a lot of allegiance right now to Central York as my kids go there as well. So I'm kind of playing both sides of the field a little bit, but it's all love and it's all about, the kids.
When you think about football in YIAA, particularly Division I, it's come down to York High and Central, really. And
absolutely.
The great players that have played on both programs through the years.
And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, run to our commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll show the band, and then hopefully we'll get ready for the second half of this football game.
Thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you.
featuring the biggest games in central Pennsylvania in HD on Comcast Cable TV. What about the biggest basketball games in central Pennsylvania? Don't worry, Sports Shooting Stars got you covered. Looking to become a sponsor? Well, reach out to Sports Shooting Stars. We have sponsorships available game by game or all season long. Get involved with the #1 sports media company in central Pennsylvania, Sports Shooting Stars.
Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones.
And we're going to go ahead and let the band play. You can check them out as well, and we'll be back in a few minutes. I don't know.
We are back, sports fans. About to begin the second half of the game. Dallastown will receive the opening kickoff. All types of sounds here at Paper Maker Stadium.
Just got done drinking a Pepsi.
Yeah.
And that's the way it came out.
And we are underway. Shamar Smith at the 10, 15, out to the 20-yard line.
Makes a hard jab.
And brought down by number 10, Brady McMaster. Shamar Smith brought it out past the 25-yard line, and that's where Dallastown will set up shop offensively here. Looks like Keller Spera is out on the offensive line in replacement of Warren Kabamba to start things off here in the third quarter. And they give to Shamar Smith.
With the spin move.
Nice spin move out near the 30-yard line.
And the ball's out.
Ball's out.
He was down.
Hershey falls on it now. A question as to whether or not he was down. And the officials are saying he was down on that run. Ball out to the 30-yard line. Brings up a second down for Dallastown. Kistner back in shotgun formation, looking downfield. And maybe a miscommunication there on that play. Ball was thrown near side as Jalen Cook was in the inner part of the field. Incomplete. Will bring up a third down for Dallastown. Ball on the 30-yard line. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you. And, of course, during the course of the second half, we'll give you scores from around the league. Spread offense, trips formation, far side for Dallastown.
Cody Kistner in shotgun, looking. Quick pass.
Jalen Cook, pass broken up. Jalen Cook covered by number 12.
I watched
Salcedo.
I watched Cody Kistner a couple years ago. He puts a lot of zip on that ball when he puts the ball out there.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of seeing this Dallastown team the past couple weeks. And Kistner, strong arm.
Yes.
Big kid and can deliver the ball downfield if given enough time. Michael Scott now out, and the punting unit is on for Dallastown with 11:20 to go.
And that's a nice kick from Michael Scott. He's been doing a great job so far at the special teams. And Smith with the ball running. Can't find anything. Tries to reverse the field.
And a big-time hit.
And that's an angry tackle for number 18 of Dallastown.
Mason Platts. Mason Platts with a big-time
Absolutely.
hit.
Great special team play from Mason.
And you tend to remember those tackles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if he watches this game over again, he'll have a chance to watch it again and hear the commentation about that big-time tackle.
Now, Dallastown's defense out there. Now, this is Spring Grove's first offensive series here in the second half.
And it's another run.
Looking for running room.
Now rain is starting to subside just a tad bit.
Adam Ertz with the carry. A 2-yard pickup brings up a 2nd down and 8 for Spring Grove.
Michael Hershey plays both sides of the ball, defense and offense. I mean, just think about the conditioning he has to have rolling with the pass.
Complete. Far side.
To number 88.
Yeah, Landon Bailey, 6'4", tight end, senior.
That's a big target.
Yes. I believe that's Braden Bailey's first catch of tonight's game.
starting to work the ball around a little bit more. They're throwing the ball despite the weather conditions.
Yeah, 3rd down and short, 2 yards to go here. Ball on the 40-yard line of Spring Grove, working right to left on your TV screen.
And it's that 3rd down. That's what they call the money down.
Money. Quarterback keeper.
Ooh. Met.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage,
Wow.
and I don't believe he got it, dude.
Number 35 for Dallastown. You can hear the pads cracking from up here.
It's Evan Reiner with a big-time tackle.
One of the guys we mentioned as far as the players to watch for the Dallastown team. Great job.
Yeah, a 5'8" senior for Dallastown.
And that's going to bring up a 4th and 2.
And
Spring Grove is going to kick the ball away to the ever dangerous Michael Scott, number 1.
Break back to punt the ball off.
And both special teams for both ball clubs have been doing a great job so far, getting the ball down the field and some great kicks.
Looks like there was a hand on that punt at the line of scrimmage, but still got it off down about the 33-yard line. That's where Dallastown will set up shop here to start their series with 9:33 to go. Spring Grove 14, Dallastown 7. This will be Dallastown's second series here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have a 16-yard touchdown reception. Cody Kistner to Jalen Cook, their lone scorer. Kistner back in shotgun formation. The give to Shamar Smith, runs right up the middle. Still on his feet, out past the 40-yard line. An impressive carry for Shamar Smith.
Shamar Smith does a great job of keeping his legs churning no matter what when he has the ball in his hands.
2nd down and 1. And again, this situation here, kind of run or pass, it gives you the great option when it's 2nd down and 1. Back to Shamar Smith, 1st down and more, out past the 45-yard line.
And Shamar Smith is coming off his career high last week of 190 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's looking to add on to that.
Yeah, I intended to talk to him last week, and he kind of rushed off the field, got off the field, and I had a chance to talk to Cody Kistner, Jalen Cook, and Michael Scott. Their big win, I believe it was 51-13 over Dover.
Big-time win.
Their homecoming last week for Dallastown.
And Dover's having another great year as well.
Yes.
Eric Campbell.
Thomas
Smizer. Some names that kind of stick out to us with the Dover Ball Club.
Back to the running game. That's Christopher Cromartie inside the 45-yard line and still on his feet.
And there's a flag on the play. There's some laundry on the field.
Yeah, and you tend to see that lots of times after a run and maybe a hold. And it is a holding penalty on the offense of Dallastown. That run's coming back.
And that was a big play that's going to be called back against Dallastown. Tough, especially when they trying to get on the board to tie this game up.
And now the ball the whole way back on Dallastown's 35-yard line. Brings down a 1st and 20 now. Ball on the 35-yard line of Dallastown. Kistner back in shotgun formation. A screen to Mahoney out near the 45, out near midfield. Jack Mahoney, a 6'5" junior, a big target for Dallastown. A 15-yard pickup now, a more manageable 2nd down and 5 for Dallastown. Ball placed midfield. Just over 8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter as the clock continues to tick. Back to the running game. Shamar Smith. 3rd down and 2, and it looks like Dallastown needs to get the ball to the Spring Grove's 45-yard line for a 1st down. Third down and 2. And the fan base here at Dallastown trying to will their team on here. Jet sweep to Michael Scott, looking for running room off the edge. Gets the 1st down, more 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Michael Scott. A 47-yard touchdown run by Michael Scott.
Big time play from Michael Scott. And you know it's only a matter of time.
Before Michael Scott with a big-time run.
Big time play from Michael Scott. It was only a matter of time before he busts one loose.
And initially he had really no running room, and then found it around the edge.
Very nifty, crafty.
On his way to the end zone. The point is up by Wasif, the point after attempt, and we're tied up here at Paper Maker Stadium. Your score, Spring Grove 14, Dallastown 14, but we were kind of waiting for Michael Scott to kind of bring his A game. He brought it on that play, a big 47-yard touchdown run.
Big time play. I happened to catch that on my live feed on my phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and post that to our page. That was a big time play from Michael Scott.
Well worth the price of admission, that play alone tonight. But boy, and it brings Dallastown back into this game and ties things up with 7:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Michael, no rest for the weary. He's out there to kick it off here for Dallastown. Scott tees it up, a high kick, short, returnable to the up man. That's Brady McMaster, the junior wide receiver linebacker, with a return. As Dallastown's defense marches back on the field here with 7:05 to go. And a brand new ball game here due tonight.
It's 1st and 10 Rockets from the 33-yard line.
Rockets will set up on the 33-yard line. Connor rolling back, looking to throw. Steps out of the pocket.
Big
Far
time
side
throw.
Completes to his tight end. Landon Bailey, his 2nd reception. And you mentioned earlier, Landon Bailey, a big target, a senior, 6'4", 212-pound tight end. Into Wildcat territory, ball on the 44-yard line. Quarterback draw right up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 2nd down.
And that really woke up this Dallastown crowd. I mean, they came out in droves tonight. They're here to support. But that really woke up the crowd.
Yeah, bring a 1-yard gain there. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. Rolling back in shotgun formation for Spring Grove. Looking far side. And just maybe some miscommunication there on that play. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 9. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you this Friday from Paper Maker Stadium. A tied game right now, 14-14 between Spring Grove and Dallastown. Both teams come in with 3-5 records. Dallastown next week will finish out the regular season schedule at home as they'll play their crosstown rivals, the Red Lion Lions, in the backyard brawl. Rolling back, looking to throw, far side. And it complete to his tight end, Landon Bailey, making some fantastic catches here in the second half. And that's a first down, courtesy of Landon Bailey. Ball sets up on the 30-yard line of Dallastown. Back to the running game. Plenty of running room there for number 21, Carter Smith.
And Spring Grove is not shaking up at all. They're coming right back down on their own accord and getting some big-time yardage and marching their way down to the end zone.
Another first down for Spring Grove as the clock continues to tick. Over 5 minutes here to go in the third quarter. Carter Smith tripped up for next to no gain there on that run. Brings up a second down for Spring Grove. That was a 2-yard loss, brings up a second down and 12. Just under 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Spring Grove is threatening. Quarterback draw right up the middle by Cohen Rowland. Ball on the 12-yard line now of Dallastown. A 3rd and 6. A lot of running plays do tend to eat up a lot of the clock as we are under 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Back to the running game. Carter Smith, 5'11" junior. That brings up a 4th down for Spring Grove, and it looks as if they're keeping their offense on the field. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts here as we near the end of the third quarter. Fourth and 4, ball on the 10-yard line. Touchdown. Who else?
Cohen Ruin, really good basketball,
Bailey.
really good football player. I'm sorry, can do a little bit of everything with his legs or through the air. He's just a dual threat out there for Spring Grove.
A 10-yard touchdown run. Point after attempt is up and good, and your score. With 2:45 to go, Spring Grove 21, Dallastown 14. as Spring Grove gets set to kick off.
We also want to give a mention to our sponsors. You can see their information at the lower third of our screen. Local sponsors as well. They do a lot for the community. Too many to name right off the top of the head, but we will get to them in a few minutes here. Without them, we couldn't get these games on TV, and that's a short kick. I tell you what, the special teams for Dallastown and Spring Grove has been really on point throughout this whole game. Very strategically kicking the ball and keeping the ball away from guys like Michael Scott and also Jalen Cook, Shamar Smith.
And, of course, you kick the ball out of bounds and gives Dallastown favorable field position here with 2:45 to go. And Dallastown now down by 7, 21-14.
And again, Todd, has been a very clean game so far. The game is going very quickly, very efficiently as well. Even in the rain, got to give a big shout out to the cheerleaders on both sides. They're really representing for their team as well.
They have the rain gear on with a lot of them with hats, no doubt about it. It's one of those nights.
And also the fans who chose to come out to the Spring Grove Stadium instead of staying home and watching. Big shout out to the fans that showed up and the fans that's watching as well.
From both schools, Spring Grove and Dallastown, out tonight. On less than ideal conditions to stand out and sit outside tonight. But
got to be a true fan.
They're here to support their schools, yes. Kistner back in shotgun formation. In motion, Michael Scott. And back to that running game. Shamar Smith past the 40-yard line. Just under 2.5 minutes to go. Hope to give you some updates here when we do have a break in the action. Brings up a 2nd down and 4. Ball on the 41-yard line of Dallastown. Scott in motion. Kistner looking deep. Downfield, there's Jalen Cook. Oh, broke it up. Again, intended for Jalen Cook. Double covered there on that play. Brings up a 3rd down and 5. Because that was a good play, a good down there to kind of dial it up and hope for the best. Fell incomplete. 1:56 to go, stops the clock. Shamar Smith steps out on the sidelines. The give to Christopher Cromartie, and that's enough for the 1st down. A little change of pace. Running back, sophomore, 5'10". Gives Dallastown the 1st down as there's an injured Wildcat far side. Can't quite make out who's injured, but as the training staff along with head coach Levi Murphy comes out. 1:48 to go, as we mentioned. Spring Grove with a 7-point lead, 21-14.
We're going to try to get some updates on the scores here. We're going to go ahead and go to a quick advertisement break here in the second side.
Yep, we have, and when we come back, we have some scores from around the league.
Well, we can say the scores right now while we're rolling with our advertisements because we're still live on the screen.
Yeah, Littlestown 42, Biglerville 0. Delone Catholic all over Hanover 42-7. Fort Hill, Maryland 28, New Oxford 14 at half. Dover Eagles 27, Kennerdale 21. Red Lion all over Northeastern 42-0. And in the 3rd quarter at Southwestern, 21, York High 8. Susquehannock 28, West York 12. And we're back to action here. Injured player Christopher Cromartie comes off for the play.
It's a quick play there.
Pitch to Jack Mahoney, midfield, inside Spring Grove territory.
Really like the play calling so far for Dallastown, really mixing it up a little bit, giving guys different opportunities to make some runs with the ball.
Yep, and Jack Mahoney, just a junior, listed at 6'5", 205. Brings up a 2nd down and 4.
And Dallastown's wasting no time getting back to the line. They're looking to.
There's Shamar Smith with a run. Should be enough for a 1st down and a new set of downs for Dallastown. And we've talked about it earlier in our broadcast. Both of these teams are known to score points.
Yes.
And we're seeing it right now.
I want to give a lot of credit to Shamar Smith. He looks pretty small out there with the Spring Grove big man up front, but he's getting some big-time yardage right up the gut.
Kistner delivers.
I tell you what, Kistner puts a lot of zip on the ball when he throws it.
Yes, he does. Jack Mahoney with another reception.
Right now, Dallastown is doing what they want. This is going to be a grudge match. They're going back and forth.
And it may come down to whoever has the final possession.
Absolutely.
We talk about that sometimes in our broadcast, too. But
yes, sir.
This has this sense in this game.
Shamar Smith with the ball again.
Looking for running room and has it, and that should be enough for the 1st down. A new set of downs for Dallastown. And move the chains there for the Dallastown Wildcats. As the clock continues to tick under 30 seconds. Batted down by David Zapp, number 72.
David Zapp. I mean, you see that. You got 71 on one side, 72 on the other side. I mean, that's just a scary duo that Spring Grove's having. When they're clicking, it's very hard to get anything going against Spring Grove.
And David Zapp, want to remind the viewers, just a sophomore for Spring Grove, one of the players to watch coming into this game, and we can understand why. Of course, Michael Hershey, number 71.
Just had an update on the York High score versus Southwestern, 28-8. Southwestern's up right now over York High. But as I said again, York High is that type of team that likes to play from behind. As long as they got another quarter to play, you got to can't count York High out. No, you cannot.
Led by Shavane Anderson, our player of the game earlier this year.
Sophomore Najee still.
Timeout. Looks like there was a timeout late called by head coach Levi Murphy with 19 seconds to go. Spring Grove 21, Dallastown 14. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars.
Also want to encourage the fan, it's never too late to go to our YouTube chat. Let us know what you think about the game, some scores around the league, and also who you believe the player of the game should be.
And if any fans that are tuned in maybe are at the volleyball game, but ball on the 31-yard line of Spring Grove. 2nd down and 10. Trip formation far side.
Kistner looking deep.
Back. Ooh, broken up. Not sure if that was intended for Jack Mahoney or Jason Cook. Almost on a crossing pattern downfield, but
looks like a crossing pattern, and you wonder if you put a little bit more air on the ball, the ball could have made it to Cook.
And it brings up a 3rd down now and 10. With 12 seconds remaining, and you wonder, at this point, if this is not 4-down territory for this Dallastown Wildcat offense. Down by 7.
And this has been a very competitive game from the start, from the very start. It's been back and forth so far. And as you said, this may be a game where, the last team that scores is going to win the game. It's going to be tied up if Dallastown can make something happen here.
Looking on a jet sweep near side.
Michael Scott.
For running room down near the 25-yard line. And that may be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
And that is the end. Oh, nope, we got about 4 seconds.
4 seconds, yeah.
Well, that play should, the time should go out. I don't believe he was out of bounds at all unless a timeout was called. Should take us to the end of this quarter. And again, Ty, still a packed house here at Spring Grove. The fans have not left at all.
Not left, despite the weather conditions. It's a 4th down.
Fourth
and
down.
5.
And they're going for it.
Yes, they are. We mentioned earlier, 4-down territory, but
With 1 second left in the third quarter, not sure why there's still time on the clock.
yeah. Well, now the clock's ticked down to 0.
Yeah.
Awaiting word here.
I believe that should be the end of the third quarter. And looks like they went straight to the. You can see
Maybe
12
trying
minutes.
to speed things up here a little bit.
Yeah.
The men in stripes here. Yeah, the clock now reads 12 minutes, indicate the final quarter here, but.
And we're still trying to figure out what is going on exactly with the referees. And they're talking the men in stripes.
That they are. We're going to remind the fans to catch us next Friday as we'll make our way to Central York as they'll play host to the York High Bearcats. Big matchup. It always is an annual game for Sports Shooting Stars. Looking forward to heading back to Central and that big matchup between York High and Central York.
Absolutely. It's going to be a really tough matchup. Central York just had a game last night against Reading at Albright College, I believe they played.
Albright College,
yeah.
They defeated Reading 39-0.
That's actually a little closer than I thought, to be honest with you, because
Well,
Reading
I
had some
talked to one of the
tough
assistant
times.
coaches. They kind of left the foot off the pedal a little bit.
Gotcha.
And Reading falls to 1-8. Of course, you know the record for Central. They're undefeated, 9-0.
Well, speaking of
into that big matchup next week against York High.
And speaking of Reading, let's talk a little bit about the Reading basketball coach resigning, Rick Perez resigning, and going to go coach at Mullinsburg as an assistant coach, where his family, his son, his wife is also in the school district. So
there's some connections there for
absolutely.
Coach Perez.
Hey, he has
a
a
three-time state champion
absolutely
as a head coach. Really turned that Reading program around.
I believe 4 district championships, and I believe 5 or 6 Berks County championships. Wow. So, he left his mark absolutely. It's bigger than sports with Rick Perez. I remember he came down to York High against York High, and he kind of stopped before the game started and had a heartfelt speech to talk to the players. From both teams, and we both felt it.
Okay, well, now they've put 15 seconds back on the clock.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened with that. Deep pass.
Over through his intended receiver, Jack Mahoney.
And that wasted only 6 seconds, 5 seconds off the clock. Also want to give a lot of credit to the Spring Grove Marching Band and the orchestra here on the side. They're doing a great job.
Yeah. They're loud and proud, as they say, right?
Maybe get a quick glimpse of them real fast. They can check them out.
Booth.
They're doing a great job as well.
Dude, it looks as if that was 3rd down. This is 4th down now. Going deep to Michael Scott. Caught by Michael Scott.
Wow.
I believe it's a touchdown by Michael Scott.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
As good as advertised.
46-yard touchdown reception by Michael Scott.
And they needed every second on the clock to make that happen. Great job, great pass from Cody Kistner all the way to Michael Scott. And he's showing he can do it on the ground or in the air. Wow. Michael Scott's the man.
Well, a 47-yard touchdown run, now a 46-yard touchdown reception to potentially tie this up. Place kicker Wasif. His kick is up and good and ties the game up 21-21. Michael Scott, 2 big touchdowns tonight and ties this game up as we head into the 4th quarter. He's as good as advertised, Michael Scott. And just the junior,
have a feeling we'll be calling his name and number next year as well.
Absolutely,
For this
and he's a
Wildcat
D1
team.
prospect. You know, West Virginia.
Six offers currently.
Wow. And he's a guy, you know, you can see him on special teams. You can see him in a slot. He can do so much for any football team. Big shout out to Michael Scott, man. He's a great football player. We've known him about for a couple years, and I like to see that he's getting more opportunities with Dallastown and getting the ball a lot more.
Well, and he started as a freshman for this Dallastown Wildcat Football Club, and now in his third season.
And take a look at Michael Scott now, even kicking the ball off.
Yes.
He plays every level of football, all three facets, special teams, offense, and defense.
Yes, he does, and getting set to kick it off for Spring Grove. And a high end-over-end kick. That'll be a touchback for Spring Grove. Great kick by Michael Scott. Kicks, he punts. Receiver, running back. Plays a little defense as well for this Dallastown Wildcat team. And we're all tied up here, 21-21 from Papermaker Stadium in Spring Grove, home of the Rockets. Now we'll see what Spring Grove can do here offensively. Ball on the 20-yard line of Spring Grove. Rolling back and a missed snap.
Cohen picks it up.
And under pressure, he's going to be brought down maybe for a safety due. I don't know.
That shouldn't be a safety. It should be at the 1 yard line.
I believe, yes.
Great play from Dallastown. You can feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yes. On the field and in the stands here for Dallastown.
And Cohen's a great quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. He has to throw the ball away. Even when he's running, don't try to take any more yards. Just throw the ball away, see what you can get out of that. Very tough play, but great job from Dallastown. I mean, you can tell them they're starting to pick up a little bit, and they're playing on the road in this hostile environment here at Spring Grove.
Well, and this band of Dallastown, you have to admit here, they know when to play it loud here, if you will. With the opposing team's offense out on the field. And we're getting set for the final 12 minutes. Spring Grove 21, Dallastown 21. All tied up here. And it should be an exciting final 12 minutes here from Papermaker Stadium. We bring the game to you.
I'm going to go ahead and get some updates on some scores around the league.
Yeah, we're going to.
We know it's going into the third, fourth quarter for most of the games around the YIAA.
It's a final. Delone Catholic 49, Hanover 7. Bermudian Springs all over York Tech 28-0. In the third quarter, Dover 35, Kennerdale 21. In the fourth quarter, Eastern York 7, York Suburban 0. Fairfield all over York Catholic 21-0 in the fourth quarter. Fort Hill, Maryland 28, New Oxford 14. Littlestown all over Biglerville 42-0.
Big time.
Redline 49, Northeastern 0. And in the fourth quarter, Southwestern 28. Under pressure, rolling brought down.
Cohen found something out of nothing with that play there. And that's going to bring up a third and forever.
Yeah. Susquehannock 28, West York 12. West York currently coming into tonight's game 0-8, still looking for their first win under coach.
And also with Northeastern, you know, I would like to see a team like Northeastern turn it around. I know they can't do that this year, but I think it should be an emphasis over the offseason to kind of get that program back on track.
Yeah.
I hate to see them lose by as many points they lose. It's not even close games, and it's unfortunate because they used to be a really good team. So I'd like to see Northeastern get back into the fold and get some good wins, or, you know, just get back to being competitive.
Third and 17
He's looking.
now. He's
There's
looking
nothing
downfield.
open.
He's going to be brought down by this Dallastown defense. And you can sense a lot of this momentum now has shifted to the Wildcats as the punting unit for Spring Grove will march on the field.
And this has been a great game so far, Todd. No turnovers from either team. It's been very clean, not a lot of penalties, and it's 21-21 going into the fourth quarter. This is week 9. Is it week 9 or week 8?
It's week 9.
It's week 9, and you know this is right where you need to start playing your best football, and that's what these two teams are showing. Spring Grove has been playing really good football as of late, as well as Dallastown.
Holden Gobrick up, and he gets a block. It's blocked, dude. Talk about a special teams play by Dallastown.
Great job from Dallastown. They're exploding right up the middle to get that block, and now they have the ball within the 10-yard line.
And Dallastown now with excellent field position here with 10:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Ball on the 8-yard line now. Spring Grove with 10:24 to go. As Cody Kistner and his offense march out on the field. Excellent field position. A first and goal on the 8-yard line of Spring Grove. Backs are in an I formation. The give to Shamar Smith as his legs are churning. For positive yardage there, brings up a second down and goal.
And Dallastown should be in no rush right now. They want to burn as much time they can off the clock. They're in really good field position.
Yes.
They just want to burn that clock off and give Spring Grove less time with the ball if they happen to get the ball back.
Well, when you talked a little earlier in the broadcast about no turnovers, but that blocked punt really, I mean, is essentially a turnover and gives Dallastown excellent field position. With
hopefully I didn't
minutes.
jinx them.
Backs are in an I formation.
And you got to think this is right up the gut. Oh, this is a pass play. Slant, pattern.
Slant, caught.
Jalen Cook.
Jalen Cook with a 4-yard touchdown
Jalen Cook
reception.
is still cooking, doing a great job. That's his second touchdown of the game.
A 4-yard touchdown by Jalen Cook. I mean, boy, this offense, 2 touchdowns by Jalen Cook, 2 touchdowns by Michael Scott. As Mia Wasif is in for the extra point, and that is up and good. And your score with 9:47 to go in the fourth quarter. Dallastown 28, Spring Grove 21. And clearly the momentum has swung to Dallastown's side here with 9:47 to go. But want to mention there's still plenty of time for Spring Grove to get back into this ball game.
Absolutely, and also go to the YouTube chat. Let us know who you believe the player of the game should be. There's never too late for you to cast your vote or just give us your opinion. Please go to the YouTube chat. This has been a great, exciting game. Every quarter has been a touchdown here or some big defensive plays. And this is a great matchup, especially in Week 9.
Week 9.
And this team wants to get in. Dallastown's the outside looking in, trying to get into that District 3 playoff.
They're a 6A team. By the way, Spring Grove's a 5A team. So they're still, both teams are kind of on that bubble of playoff contention. And Dallastown, they have to win out and could come in as the 8th seed. As Michael Scott gets set to kick it off. And a high end-over-end kick. Down inside 5-yard line. Returnable for Spring Grove. Right up the middle. Michael Scott pushes him out of bounds.
And that's Smith, number 5 for Spring Grove.
Yeah, Braden Smith almost broke it.
Great kick return, giving the Rockets great field position.
Yes, and right back at it here. Now Spring Grove with an opportunity, an excellent field position. Ball will set up on the Dallastown's 45-yard line for Spring Grove. And again, great field position now for Spring Grove to bounce back into this game. Spread offense now for the Rockets. Rowland looking to throw the ball.
complete to number 80, Caleb Allen, for his first reception in tonight's game. We're just under 9.5 minutes to go. Brings up a 2nd down and 6 for Dallastown, or excuse me, Spring Grove. Dallastown's defense on the field. Rockets trying to match the score here. Rolling a quarterback keeper right up the middle. Design play, and that should be enough for a 1st down. Cohen rolling, an RPO type quarterback, and gives his offense a new set of downs to work with as the clock continues to tick. Dallastown with the lead, 28-21. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. Dew Jones, Todd Edwards from Papermaker Stadium here in Spring Grove. Want to remind viewers to tune into next Friday's big matchup featuring York High and Central York from Central York High School. Rolling, looking under pressure, and brought down. Big sack.
And I don't know, Todd, if you ask me, the Dallastown fan base have taken over this Spring Grove Stadium.
They're loud, and maybe it's just because we're on their side, but it is very loud here. Riley Rohrback in with a big-time tackle. And Dallastown has a lot to be proud of here tonight. The fan base mounting a comeback, now have the lead, a 7-point lead with 8:04 to go. Ball now on the 40-yard line, and big loss for Spring Grove on that down. Fourth quarter action.
Can't lie, Todd. This has probably been one of our best matchups so far in this season. They're going back and forth, and it has been very explosive.
Rolling, looking deep.
Going deep.
Far side, overthrew his intended receiver. It's been a back and forth matchup, and
want to remind the fans, number 15, Cohen Rulin. He's also the leader in passing for the YRAA. He has a big-time arm, and plus he can put it on the ground and get some yardage as well.
We've seen that all night tonight with his running abilities.
Spring Grove looks a little bit rattled, but they're not shaking. They're doing still a good job of staying in the game. Dallastown's making some big defensive plays and big offensive plays as well. It's been a nice showing from both teams so far, and it's going to go down to the wire.
Go down to the wire, and 7:41 to go. It's a 3rd down and 18 now. Ball on the 40-yard line of Dallastown. And it would appear to have to get it down near the 15-yard line. A timeout call by Spring Grove. That's their first timeout here in the second half. And both teams have 2 timeouts remaining.
And while we had this timeout, we're going to go ahead and roll to a couple of our sponsors for tonight's game. Season-long sponsors, a big shout-out to them for all the help they do for us.
3rd down and 18. We're back. Rolling. Under pressure, looking downfield. Incomplete. And it will bring up a 4th down. A 4th down and 18, 7:30 to go. Dallastown 28, Spring Grove 21. And it would appear as if Spring Grove's offense is staying out on the field here, Dew.
Would it be a 4th and 18, Todd? You know, this has to be a pass play. And right now,
and they have to get it down.
I would be
inside
okay
the
with
15-yard
punting the
line.
ball, to be honest with you, and really putting Dallastown
Hit
within
him.
the 10-yard line. I don't know why they're going for it, 4th and 18, around the 45-yard line. But, hey, they know better than I do. Going deep.
Incomplete. Well defended by Dallastown defenders, and a turnover on downs. And Dallastown now will have decent field position here with 7:24 to go. Much to the delight of the Dallastown fan base here at Paper Maker Stadium. $7:24 remaining, as we're going to see Dallastown's offense. Ball on the 40-yard line of Dallastown. Kistner back in shotgun formation. Back to running the ball with Shamar Smith.
And the key for Dallastown to walk away with a victory is to run the ball. Time of possession, don't give Spring Grove a lot of time to get the ball back and so they can maneuver and get some points on the board. If they can pick up a couple first downs, Spring Grove is going to be forced to use their timeouts.
Correct.
And that's what Dallastown wants them to do. So we'll see how this works out. Right now it's 1st and 7 yards to go. Oh, I'm sorry, second and 7 yards to go.
Yeah, and if you're Spring Grove's defense, you want a 3 and out here so you can get your offense back out on the field. Kistner.
Shamar Smith with the ball again. Great pickup.
Near first down marker, and that may be enough for a first down and a new set of downs for Dallastown. It is a first down. And if you're Dallastown, well, you want a time-consuming drive with at least put some more points on the board,
and that's
milk some of the clock.
And that's a big-time first down. You want to milk all that clock.
Even taking the time clock down to.
You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. The Spring Grove band is starting to get a little bit loud. You want to stay locked into your game plan.
Lowers his head down inside the 45-yard line.
And that's a great pickup for Shamar Smith, number 9, the senior running back for Dallastown. As we said earlier, the younger brother, Nazir Smith, also wore number 9 for Dallastown.
And he's going to step out and take a breather as Christopher Cromartie steps in his place. It's a nice 1-2 punch in the backfield for Dallastown.
Yes, absolutely. And as we said about the coach for Dallastown, Levi Winter, the youngest coach.
Levi Murphy, yes.
Murphy, I'm sorry.
Youngest, Dover alum, who
yes.
I'm sure he took some pride in beating his team last week.
Yeah.
Played ball, I believe, at Shippensburg University.
Youngest coach in the YIAA.
Christopher Cromartie now looking for running room, and plenty of it inside the 40, down near the 35-yard line.
The way he dropped his foot and changed angles, that was superb. That was a great move. Really good field vision for number 2.
A new set of downs for Dallastown as the clock continues to tick under 5.5 minutes. Under a steady mist here at Paper Maker Stadium. Dallastown with the lead, 28-21. Kistner back in shotgun formation. Back to the running game. Cromartie looking for running room. near side, down near the 15-yard line. Now Christopher Cromartie now finding his mojo. And so is this Dallastown offense.
And don't forget, Dallastown played a really close game against Central York, which is the leader right now in the YIAA. They only won, Central won by 10 points. I believe it was 23-13, and Dallastown was in the game the whole time.
Yeah, if you remember earlier this season, they played Central and York High, both teams tough. They played them tough in losses, but this Dallastown team right now knocking on a potential 4th win here if they can secure it. Just over 4.5 minutes to go, but clearly the ball's on their side right now.
And that was the thing about Dallastown. They wanted to limit their mental mistakes and their penalties. In this game, you have seen them limit their mistakes, no turnovers so far, and when they play that type of football, they can compete with anybody. Expect a run here from
Shamar
Smith
on the field.
Still, it's very tough going against Zap. Zap.
David Zapp,
and also Michael Hershey.
What a 1-2 punch along that defensive line for Spring
Number
Grove.
71 and number 72. They provide a lot of pressure up front. You got to give a lot of credit to Michael Hershey as well. Plays both sides of the ball, and also University of Maryland commit.
Yes, he is. Terp. He'll be a Terp. Interesting to see his career as he'll move on to the next level.
Really good kid. Also want to mention that he's on the National Honor Society, so he's not just a football player. He does it in the classroom as well. True student athlete. Guys like him we love to feature.
2nd down now and 8, ball on the 13-yard line. Just under 3.5 minutes remaining. Scott in motion. Jet sweep. Look, flag thrown as Michael steps inside the 5.
That's a big-time tackle as well.
But we're awaiting word on the field. It may be a holding penalty against Dallastown. We're awaiting word. 3:18 to go. The clock is stopped.
And that's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's coming
back. It's
back.
going to bring Dallastown back. 5 is the holding 5 yards or is it 10 yards? Let's check that out.
Spot of the foul.
Spot of the foul.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
5 yards back. Yeah.
This is a barn burner. You never know what's going to happen in this game. It has been going back and forth throughout this whole contest.
Back and forth. Ball now on the 22-yard line. A 2nd and 16. Scott now in motion.
Cody Kistner.
Kistner now keeps the ball.
That was a design play for Cody. First time he ran the ball so far in this game.
And Kistner now down as whistles are blown.
It looks like he's going to pop back up. Maybe a little sore.
The training staff, along with Coach Levi Murphy, tends to an injured Cody Kistner with 3:09 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Your score, Dallastown 28, Spring Grove 21.
Greetings and salutations, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones.
Want to continue to encourage the fans to please go to the live chat, give us engage, go back and forth, let us know who you believe the player of the game should be. I think my vote, like I said, it's a lot of good players from both teams. So I'm not going to say as of yet.
Oh, yeah, we still have
Still got a lot of
3
time.
minutes to go. Now, you notice Michael Scott now in at the quarterback position.
He
He
plays
ran
quarterback
that Wildcat,
at
yeah.
different times, and that's what he wants. He has the speed to get around.
Well, he did.
Wow.
David zapped him on that play,
tell you-
and for a huge loss.
It'll be 4th and forever, and that may have pushed them out of the field goal range as well.
It may have. That looks about let's see how far they're out. Yeah, that'll be about a 47-yard field goal. I don't think they're going to try for that.
No, and interesting to see what Coach Murphy has dialed up. The clock continues to tick here.
Yeah, I think you should punt it in this situation. You're allowing your defense. Dallastown defense made some big-time plays with that block punt and just really pushing Spring Grove
Well,
back.
if you're Dallastown right now, the play clock's at 28 and counting. The clock continues to tick. If you're Dallastown, you bleed the clock and maybe call a timeout. And
Absolutely.
Think about it
Absolutely.
Here with a 7-point lead.
And also, they could, this guy mentioned about that, they could go ahead and take that 5-yard penalty, let the time go down the whole way and save their timeout. 4th and 17, they're going to talk it over.
Yes, they are. 1:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Dallastown with a 7-point lead. Looks like at 4th and 28, the first down, Dallastown would have to get down inside the 5-yard line for a first down.
Repeat it,
A 4th and 28. They did add some time on the clock.
Want to give another quick, want to get another quick update. Cumberland Valley over State College, 17-10. Cumberland Valley's been playing some good football as of lately. Started off a little rough, but they're back into it now with a big win over State College.
Yeah, some confusion with the time here. There was time added. The play clock. I think some of the fans are voicing their displeasure. I'm a bit confused here as well. They added time on the clock. No timeouts came off from either side.
Well, that happened earlier in the game. Remember, they added 15 seconds. We didn't know why that seconds got added back onto the clock. So,
yeah, I'm not quite sure, and I believe that's what the coaching staff from Dallastown saying to the side judge here.
If I'm not mistaken, it should be a little less than 2 minutes. Am I correct about that, Todd?
Well, they've gone from 2:25 to 2:30 now on the play clock. Yeah, and it was 1:55 when the clock was stopped. But both teams have their 2 timeouts.
Look at the live chat. Someone said a blanket couldn't cover Michael Scott.
There you go. Well
That's a good
said.
one. That's a good
Well
one.
said.
That's a good one. I got to use that.
And the play clock's down to 0. It's not even, but the clock continues to run with just over 2 minutes remaining.
Going deep. There's nothing there, though.
Interesting sequence of plays there as Spring Grove gets the ball
At the
on
40-yard
downs.
line, yeah.
Yeah.
You would think just run the ball or even kick it
punt.
away.
Punt. I mean, Michael Scott back in shotgun formation would just punt it away and kind of pin Spring Grove back in. But a decent field position now for Spring Grove with 2:02 to go. Still baffled by the sequence of plays we saw there just a few moments ago,
didn't
particularly
understand
with the
that
time
one.
management on the
Dallastown
clock.
has been doing a great job of time management, time of possession. Didn't really understand that fourth quarter play, and now you're giving Spring Grove the ball back with 2 minutes. So basically, it's a 2-minute drill for them to get into the end zone.
And 2 timeouts remaining for Spring Grove. Rowland looking to go deep downfield.
Deep ball.
And a flag thrown on that play late.
Yeah, you wonder, without punting the ball, what type of momentum shift can happen right now. You know, you want to play smart football. You want to get the ball back. You want to rely on your defense and really pin them back versus giving the ball back at the 40-yard line and having them go 60 yards for a touchdown.
Interesting. And a flag thrown on that play, which...
Hopefully that play doesn't bite him in the butt.
Yeah.
And right now, Spring Grove has excellent field position.
Yeah, near midfield here with 1:56 to go, and on that play, it stops the clock.
And the most dangerous offensive player for Spring Grove is number 15, Cohen Rowland. Expect him to throw the ball, run the ball, and do a couple of different things with the ball in his hands.
Complete to number 80, that's Caleb Allen.
Caleb Allen also plays on the basketball team as well for Spring Grove. And they're wasting no time getting the ball down the field.
They're not, and the clock is not running, and the play clock is at 0 as well.
There's something up with that play clock. Oh, that's where he's explosive at.
Flag thrown late.
And we got to check the play clock. The play clock stopped for about 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's a holding call, I believe, against Spring Grove.
But coming back with 1:37 to go.
There has been some clock management issues in the second half of the game.
That's coming back.
Dallastown has to buckle down right now, and their defense has to step up. And Spring Grove, they have to go in their playbook and go to the stars and make some things happen. Expect to see number 15, the quarterback, who leads the league in passing, to do much work here in this last drive.
Already has a 4-yard touchdown run. Maybe looking to add to that.
He has a
5-yard run as well.
He has a big arm, and he also has some strong legs, so he can do either or. He's a dual threat. Number 15, Cohen Rowland. And we're getting some updates and some scores around the league, but we'll check into that in a little bit. We've got about 97 seconds to go until this contest is over.
I want to keep our focus on the game
here.
Yes,
sir.
A lot going on.
And it's been a great game so far, every quarter.
Rowland under pressure. He's going to be brought down by a host of Dallastown defenders.
And he got smacked. And unless a timeout was called, the time has stopped again.
Clock is at 1:31.
And we said this is going to be a great game, and it has been so far. We are looking at the clock because we kind of have some questions about the clock stopping. And
and both teams with 2 timeouts remaining.
Also want to tell the
I
fans.
believe that's what Coach Murphy's.
Yeah, he wants to talk about that. Yeah. Also want to tell the fans about tomorrow's game out of the Mid-Penn, Still High versus Trinity, which is never going to be another big-time game. Saturday morning game. Go out there and check it out.
You know, Penn State plays at The Ohio State tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
And then, of course, the semifinal and finals in YIAA girls volleyball tomorrow.
A lot of sports happening this weekend.
A lot of sports.
Shout out to Penn State as well, as they got some guys we know up there. Bo Pergula, of course, getting some great quality minutes for the Nittany Lions.
Yes, he has. Nick Singleton from Governor Mifflin.
Yes, sir. We featured him about 2 or 3 games.
2 games. We had the pleasure. One against Spring Grove.
Now, is Matt Gross still up there from Dallastown?
Mitchell Grove, Dallastown, yep.
Nice pitch out. Great yardage. Hey, that's about a 24-yard pickup and got out of bounds, which stops the clock.
Out of bounds. Flag down. .124 to go here on the.
An interesting fact, Todd, the first half went by really fast. Within an hour, And the second half has been about an hour and a half. We're probably one of the last games planned tonight on Friday night. So, but it's been a great game.
Yes,
hey, in the rain and everything, it's been a great game so far. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. We have about 200 viewers watching right now with us on YouTube.
Rolling back, looking downfield, and just batted away at the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great defensive play by number 53 of Dallastown.
Yeah, let me look him up, on these wet rosters. That's Colby Lockman playing on the interior line there, and it brings up a 4th down. And clearly 4-down territory for Spring Grove, being down by 7.
Well, it's 4th and 5 right now, so they need to make this 5-yard play, make something happen. Expect to see Cohen, number 15, a quarterback, make something happen with his feet or get the ball out really quickly. He's their biggest offensive threat, and I know Dallastown knows about him, so they're going to keep an eye on him, maybe like a QB spy. Here it is. He's looking to pass. There's nothing open.
Oh, and what a pass deflection.
And that defensive play was by Jalen Cook.
And that may have saved the game for Dallastown right there. Ball
I'll tell you what.
turned over to Dallastown on downs.
I like the play design, but I would also like to see Cohen roll out a little bit and use some things with his feet because he's very nimble and very crafty. But, you know, he's had a great game so far, man. Like, he's good as advertised. He leads the league in passing, but he couldn't complete that pass there. Got to give a lot of credit to Jalen Cook. Awesome game so far. 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, two touchdowns by Jalen Cook, 2 by Michael Scott.
And those 2 guys have to be the leaders of the players of the game.
Yes, no doubt about it. And you see Cody Kistner hobbling out there back in the ball game.
Back to that running game. Shamar Smith with the carry, near side, stays inbounds, pushed out of bounds, tackled out of bounds by Michael Hershey.
Want to tell the fans thank you for tuning in. It has been a great contest here tonight. We braved the elements to bring the game to you. But it wasn't for our sponsors and the fans, then we wouldn't be here doing what we do. But
it was a busy
great
broadcast week for us this week.
We
were at Central for the volleyball game, and here we are at Spring Grove. And, of course, next Friday we're going to make our way back to Central as they'll play host to the York High Bearcats. Big matchup. Bunched in now, Dallastown, and Cody Kistner's just going to take a knee.
And they're pretty much in victory formation now, Todd. Dallastown pulled off a big-time victory on the road here at Spring Grove, and it was a slugfest.
It was a slugfest, but Dallastown's going to move to 4-5, and a big game for them next week as they return home to play their crosstown rival, the Red Lion Lions, in the backyard brawl.
That's going to be another good one. And Dallastown's getting closer to making that District 3 playoffs.
Potentially could make it, and wow, a big win. And this fan base here is loving every minute of it from the Dallastown fans. A big win tonight by Dallastown. Your final score, Dallastown 28, Spring Grove 21. And I can stand here and talk to you. The player of the game, some big plays by Michael Scott.
Yes.
Jalen Cook contributed as well.
Yep.
Particularly on the defensive side there with that pass deflection to turn the ball back over to Dallastown to finish this game out.
Big-time plays, man, and both ball clubs did a great job here tonight. Very classy, no dirty hits or anything like that. It was a clean game. They laid it all on the line. Dallastown came here on the road and pulled out a victory, 28-21. Spring Grove can hold your head up high still. They played a very competitive game, but tonight it's all about Dallastown, and we got to give the player of the game to Jalen Cook and also Michael Scott.
Oh, yes, no doubt about it. And we're going to probably make our way back or down on the field How about it, dude? We'll make our way down the field and talk to both of them.
Absolutely.
And maybe even throw Cody Kistner in the mix, too,
We can.
the quarterback,
Yes.
and ask him how he's doing.
Yep.
He seemed to hobble back out on the field, but gutted out the performance to finish this game, and a big win by Dallastown again, 28-21. Dallastown moves to 4-5.
And we'll make
Spring
our-
Grove moves to 3-6.
Yeah, we'll make our way down. We'll do a quick interview, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. But right now, it's all about Dallastown. Great job, and we're going to roll to a couple commercials of our sponsors, and we'll be back for our post-game interview.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm not joined by one. I'm not joined by two. 3-4 Dallastown Wildcats tonight. A big contribution. Michael Scott, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Colby Lockton, and Cody Kistner just kind of making it all happen. You're closest to me
very good team when like we came out first half, we came out a little slow, but that happens when we're on the road. But we're a second half team. We came out, we punched them in the mouth, and that's what we do. That's what we want to emphasize. And that's what we want to keep doing for, especially going in the red line. We want to keep this momentum. 2 wins in a row. Now we try to make it 3 next week.
His chance at the District 3 playoffs. I mean, in terms of the 8th spot, Colby Lawton, you had some big plays out there. How did it feel to walk away with the night?
It feels amazing in here. Coming in here, beating them on their homecoming, it feels amazing.
Man, hold on. All right, you're good. We're good right here. Okay, we're back here. Talk about it.
Yes, sir. So I just thank my son that for these 16 like he's definitely like coaches gotta watch out for him. He's gonna be good. Like Kobe stepped up, he had a big time punt, like all like 14 this win. Especially like we came down first half, we were down, we came to the locker room, we locked in the second half, and we came out, we were scoring, and what did we do?
Moved to 4-5, a big win.
First half, we were down, we came back in the locker
Central York Guides up, and now back-to-back wins with Dover and tonight Spring Grove, and then you finish it out with Redline. Your thoughts with Redline coming up next week?
Redline coming up. We're going to prepare. We're going to keep preparing. Coaches know what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing, keep the streak going.
Well said. Let me come over here. We're moving on back to the main camera. Du's our director here. Du, any thoughts? Anything you like to say here in the closing segments here with these guys? They're winners tonight.
Yeah, I think they did a great job tonight, man. It was a back and forth affair, man. It took a team effort, man, and a lot of the fans and players that were watching, man, was really congratulating you guys and cheering you on, man. But the player of the game is going to be Jalen Cook and also Michael Scott. I only brought 1 shirt, so I'm going to get y'all the shirts and all that, but great job here tonight, guys. I'm going to give this to you right now. You can take a picture. Can you hold it up? There's the fans watching right now, guys. Oh, let me get a picture real fast.
Take mine, yeah.
Great job, guys. We're going to talk to the coach, too, so there you go. Team effort. Great job, man.
Good job. Yep. Congratulations, Jim. Good job, man. I tell you, you delivered. Yep. Coach, do you want to come in here? No? Okay, guys. Safe trip.
Okay, I got it.
Good job again, Michael. Yep, congratulations. A big win by Dallastown over Spring Grove, 28-21, and an impressive win. And we thank you for tuning in tonight. A big game, big win by Dallastown.
Yeah, it was a great win tonight. Dallastown really pulled it out on the road. It took every effort that they needed to have. And, big shout out to the coach. Big shout out to Spring Grove for letting us come here. It's our first time filming here at Spring Grove. So it's been a really good time. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and post tonight. Jalen Cook, Michael Scott are co-players of the game.
Co-players of the game.
It was a team effort.
Cody Kistner over here. I mean,
Cody.
Along with Colby Lockman, who was highly recommended by his teammates. He had that block punt.
Oh,
that
man. That really changed everything
of that game and gave Dallastown a win. They moved to 4-5 with a chance to break even next week against Redline. The backyard brawl. That's another game. I kind of wish sometimes I'd be in two spots at once.
Absolutely.
But,
maybe you can teleport next week.
Yes,
You can go back and forth or something.
There you go. But we'll be at Central next next week for that big matchup between York High and Dallas.
Central York versus York High next week. That's going to be pretty much the county championship for the YIAA. We know, like I said, we just had an update that York High did not win their game tonight, but that's only one loss they have in the regular season. It's still going to be between the county champs. Still going to come down between York High and Central York. So we're really excited about that. But great job for Dallastown tonight. They pulled out a big-time victory. They used all their players. They did a great job. Shout out to Spring Grove as well, and it's been a great atmosphere here. We had a lot of fun.
Hope to be back here sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Paper Maker Stadium.
See you guys later.
Todd Edwards, Dude Jones, have yourself a great night. Thanks for joining us.